Okay. Okay, now then. Look, the Mustang, right? In Group 4. Yeah. Not turbochargers. Not turbochargers. We're done for a little bit. Yeah. Come on, bear with me for... But let me finish this. Fine then. You can turbocharge and supercharge from this, a naturally aspirated. Yeah. And a mid-rear drivetrain. Yeah. Because of the wheelbase and the power to weight distribution from the weight. And then, like I'm saying, some of the cars more than others. Because it runs a track that runs a driver. And the car would be fine. But production and maintenance would be laughing at you. Okay. Now it makes that weird noise that goes blah, 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 right? Yeah. So that's what little bit of maintenance it can have in the game. The wash and the oil before you get to restore the rigidity or you modify the engine. Okay. But the game never tells you change the oil that much. You just hear this and it's uncomfortable to drive no matter what you drive. Okay. So then you're thinking, let me switch to turbochargers because then it doesn't make that noise, or it's more comfortable and it's an easier drive, but you hurt yourself or you're driving more than your body or it's humanly possible, and so it's not a drive. Yeah. Okay. But you can turbocharge for a little bit. Same thing with the superchargers. Okay. And then you have to go back to this. Because when you hear it, the turbocharging and the supercharging from the natural aspiration, well, it makes more sense to drive naturally aspirated. Because then you can drive for a long, long time. Because it's healthier to do so. Or inexpensive and then economical. Or just, it's a nicer drive. Like you're not driving with like anxiety or nerves. Or you're not getting off of the car or the track or the race exhausted or depleted or spent. Yeah. I'm having a coffee. Milk and 2 sugars. Lots of sugar though. Right. Because I'm not doing 3 coffees. Okay. And then I'm doing, look, I can eat meat, but I can't eat pork and chicken and beef on the same day. And then rice and beans, and then spaghetti, and then, you know, vegetable potato stew or whatever, with spices and butter, and then oil the entire time. Okay. And I'm playing a video game, or I'm playing video games, what I have to pick is it's either PC or PlayStation, yeah, you don't have to do that, or Xbox, or Nintendo. And then I have to go listen, there's other video games that I play. I can play a simulator, or a strategy game, which this is, by the way, but it's like action. Well, it's active strategy, you know? It's not turn by turn, but I have to take my time with it. Because it's a simulator, but it's a video game. Okay. And now I have to go, well, I can do first-person shooters, but then not these first-person shooters, because they're not the games for me. They're character drawn, or they're not in real life, or there's not a physics to it. Okay. And I can do third-person action, and then the exact same thing. The camera isn't there, or the button movements aren't there, or I can only do it a little bit, and then there's a story. Okay. I can do a 2D game, but then side-scroller, what type? Isometric, and then flat down or whatever, or top down. Okay. A story game, but then horror or action or cutscenes, you know? Okay. it breaks at your brain, right? Your food and then your poop, how much water or not. So then, and then whoever you like, which means only so much, only so many. Time be time, dog. Time to go, time to die. And then 10 fingers, 10 toes. No? Okay, fine. Now you've been hearing the Mustang whilst you've been listening to me. Yeah. You can hear the bit where I have to shift up or shift down and then account for the turn. Okay. But then the track that day, because it's full of trees, it's full of bugs underneath, it's full of bugs in the water and the air and the temperature, and even from outer space. The other 9 planets, or the top side or the bottom side of the fucking solar system, and whatever the fuck is an extremophile from the fucking sun. Okay, but that's an exaggeration. No, you fucking moron. Because you want to be a for real fucked up Digimon. Yeah. You want a Digivice? Maximum upgrades? Well, this is what it takes. Otherwise, you're full of shit, and you're bullshitting a bullshitter, and then you're shit out of luck. Good fucking luck, right? Okay then. Bullshit. Well, motherfucker, what do you want, right? Or left? Top or bottom? Front or back? Okay, fine, 2D tic-tac-toe. And I make the same fucking move, by the way, because if you play just tic-tac-toe, it's the same motherfucking move, isn't it? To win the goddamn thing. And then we're gonna do a whole lot of stacks of them. And then let's see how they line up. You and your bullshit, by the way, at me. Wasting my fucking time and my fucking life, let alone my fucking wife. Right? Which you might just be, because then you're a bug from outer space, stuck in her brain or in her fucking butt, or trying to nail me. Okay, well, fine. You know what the fuck I'm saying. Oh, fine. Jesus H. Now you see how I'm driving slow, right? You can't do this on a turbocharger. You can't ever naturally aspirate a turbocharger or a supercharger, so there isn't any. But you have to have that once you have enough natural aspiration, and then you have to kick it up a notch and then kick it back down. Because there's a thing with maintenance and production, and that you can do mid-rear and then front rear maybe a little bit. Okay, then fine. I'm just saying. It's fine if you have 59 seconds on you with a 0, right? Okay, fine. Thank you. And then, by the way, tenths of a second. Fine. Okay. And then you can turbocharge, by the way, from natural aspiration, depending on what the track is doing and what you're doing at that turn or at that straight, which you can hear in the aspiration, by the way. Now, front rear and mid rear are 2 very different things. You can mid rear naturally aspirated, but that steering response is going to get you. So now you're minding the drivetrain, and then you might fuck up your transmission. You might not have any damage, but now you have a shifting, and you don't have the turbocharger when you need it, when you need the aspiration for the race or the track. Okay. Because if you fuck up the transmission, so does the suspension, and then, like I said, the steering response. So you can't shift too early or too late and then not listen to the car or the track that day, race or not. That was a supercharger, by the way. Super quiet and super nice, but you cannot do that anywhere other than in a couple of spots and maybe for a little bit if you're paying attention as closely as I just said, by the way. So you need all of the brain, by the way, Budget. Rocks. Riding. Thank you. It's your ass, by the way. If you want to do it any other... Well... Right. Good luck. And look what this thing is gonna fucking do on me. Where it all of a sudden decides to just slide, and that's the Mustang for you. At the very fucking last possible second, or 10th of a second, right? It bloody well fucking saves your ass. Which... It doesn't just do